Alright, so as usual, there are plenty of penalties at the Monaco Grand Prix, 4 in total for tomorrow's grid. I just wanted to go through them all with you guys and just explain why these drivers were given penalties, my thoughts on whether these penalties are fair, and how it also affects the grid as well. So we'll go in the order that these penalties were handed out. And the first one is for a certain Lance Stroll, who of course blocked and forced Charles Leclerc into a crash during free practice on Friday. If you haven't seen this incident, it's absolutely abysmal driving by Lance Stroll. I mean, the guy is having a terrible weekend. This is not even the only penalty that he's got. He's got 2 of them in total. It is rare to get a penalty during practice for an incident like this, but it absolutely deserved a penalty, did this. Lance Stroll gets a 1-place penalty for this. I must be honest, I think he deserves more than 1. If this is a 1-place grid penalty, then the bar very much is extremely high when it comes to bad incidents during practice, because yeah, it was a shocker really. His engineer said on the radio that, you know, you've got a Charles Leclerc coming up behind you, he's catching you quickly, move out of the way basically. He didn't hear that apparently, he didn't see him in his mirrors either, despite driving a bright red Ferrari. It's terrible driving from Stroll. A 1000% deserved penalty, and really it should be more. I really think there should be at least 3 or 5 places. This is a shocker. If you do this in qualifying, I think you're getting a 10-place penalty. He was very, very lucky that this was only during practice, but it wasn't the only penalty to be handed out during practice. Unfortunately, Ollie Bearman, he got a 10-place penalty for his troubles during practice. Why was this? Well, it was due to him overtaking another driver while out on track when the red flags were being shown. You cannot overtake under red flags. It's an absolute slam dunk. It is harsh, you may say, but there are red flags there, and especially around a track like Monaco, there is not a lot of space to overtake. There was presumably somebody out on the track that was not in the ideal position, so it could have caused an incident. The stewards take a extremely dim view on these sort of things, unfortunately. It's harsh, but it's also classic really for a rookie error, you have to say at that point. But yeah, he will learn from it. He won't do it again, I'm sure. I really do like Ollie, but unfortunately because of that, he is going to start dead last. Don't worry, I will get into the full effect of all these penalties at the end of the video. But from one of the most inexperienced drivers in Formula 1 to one of the most experienced, Sir Lewis Hamilton, he's got a 3-place grid penalty for tomorrow's race. But why is this the case? Well, it is because he unfortunately blocked Max Verstappen during a qualifying run when Hamilton was on a slow lap and Max Verstappen was on a fast push lap. Now, I do feel sorry for Hamilton. If you look at the onboard and listen to the radio at that point, he was told by his race engineer that Max Verstappen's coming up behind you, he's going quite quick, and then the engineer said, oh wait, no, he's slowing down. Verstappen did not slow down though, and this was going into the casino corner, and basically because of that, Lewis Hamilton sped up. He assumed that Max Verstappen was not going to catch him, or at least he was not on a flying lap at that point, but unfortunately for Hamilton, he was still on a flying lap. I don't know why his engineer gave that information to him. It was incorrect, and unfortunately he did block Max Verstappen. He had no idea that Verstappen was going to be there. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately a mistake by the race engineer has cost Hamilton 3 places on the grid. And let's talk about Lance Stroll again. Like I said, an absolute shocker. Got another penalty. This time during Q1, he blocked Pierre Gasly while Gasly was doing a qualifying run. So that is another 3 places. So in total, 4 places for Lance Stroll, 3 places for Sir Lewis Hamilton, and 10 for Ollie Bearman. But how does that change the order up? Well, it means that Hamilton's amazing P4 in qualifying, unfortunately, drops down to P7 because of this 3-place penalty. Further down the order towards the back, Bearman was last anyway, unfortunately, right at the back of the grid because of his 10-place penalty. And despite Stroll picking up another 3 places, I do believe that Stroll does remain in P19, despite the additional penalty to him. So yeah, those are why all those drivers got penalties. I haven't seen all of the incidents. I haven't seen the one between Stroll and Pierre Gasly, but in the case of Hamilton, that is a slam dunk. In the case of Ollie Bearman, overtaking under the red flags is a slam dunk. There is nothing you can do at that point. And in the case of the first penalty to Lance Stroll, honestly, he's so lucky that's only one place. I really do think, I strongly believe that should be more. That is really, really poor driver conduct from a driver that is experienced in Formula 1. Just like we were saying in my Friday practice review, he's an experienced driver in Formula 1. He's got like 150 starts, something ridiculous like that. 177 starts. He's the most experienced Canadian Formula 1 driver of all time. He's more experienced than Jacques Villeneuve, but my God, nowhere near as good as him. Nowhere near as good as him in the car. But your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Were all these penalties deserved? Are they too harsh? Rules are rules to an extent. But yeah, you can argue about all these until you're blue in the face. But the stewards, a lot of the time, especially when it comes to overtaking under red flags, they don't make any exceptions for that. You're going to get punished. You're going to get slapped with a really big penalty. Whether it be right or wrong, them's the rules. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this. And have a fantastic day wherever you're on the world today, guys. And of course, I will bring you the full review for the Monaco Grand Prix shortly after the conclusion of the race tomorrow. Have a great time wherever you're in the world today, guys. And we'll see you very soon for much more content on the world of Formula 1, just like this.